everybody. Welcome back to our Advent devotional series. Today we have another special guest. This is Roberto Rodriguez. He was born in Puerto Rico, but grew up mostly outside of Chicago, and he is also my uncle. And he is
Hello.
here to talk to us today about the tradition in Puerto Rico and in other places in Latin America to celebrate Three Kings Day on January 6th. Roberto, what can you tell us about the traditional way that Three Kings Day is celebrated?
So, Three Kings Day on January 6th is a big gift giving holiday in Puerto Rico. It's actually traditionally, and as you may know, realistically, sleighs don't ride well in tropical places where there's no snow. So the traditional gift-giving day in Puerto Rico is Three Kings Day, and the tradition would be that children would grab a shoebox and go to the front yard and fill it with as much grass as they could, and put a glass of water with the shoebox full of grass under their bed for the Three Kings on January 6th, and you put it under the bed on January 5th, and when you woke up on January 6th, the grass would be gone, the water would be had, and there'd be gifts that the Three Kings would leave for you. And this holiday is so big in Puerto Rico throughout the Christmas season, and even after Christmas until January 6th. People will dress up, as opposed to dressing up as Santa Claus, people dress up as the Three Kings and will ride from town to town or through like the central plazas in towns and things like that, dressed up as the Three Kings. And children get excited about coming out to see the Three Kings. Santa Claus too, but because this tradition, they've continued to do that as well.
Because the hay and the grass and the water is for the horses or the camels, right? So
I didn't explain that.
It's analogous to leaving out cookies for Santa and carrots for Santa's reindeer or something like that.
Right. So so you leave the grass and water for the camels or the horses or whatever the wise men might have been riding, so that they could eat, and then the wise men would leave you the gifts.
Cool. So how has your family continued to celebrate this or changed this since you've been in the United States?
So, because, as we live in the United States, and we kind of lost that tradition as I was growing up, but more recently, now that, all my sisters have kids and we've all grown up, and we wanted to reincorporate it into the family so that the kids would know our traditions from back home, back in Puerto Rico, and so that we could also spread, the holidays at more homes, because if I was having a holiday party at my house on Christmas Day, then, my mother couldn't have something at her place or things like that. So in order so that everyone could somehow participate or host some kind of event, what we decided to do is that my mother would actually be the one to host the Three Kings Day party. And so all of her grandkids then go to her place and spend the night, and there's a big sleepover party that happens on January 5th. And then they go out and try to move as much snow out of the way they can. Or I think she might have also somehow saved Easter grass or something like that, some of that Easter plastic grass or something. She manages to figure it out. And the kids will bring their shoe boxes and they'll do the same thing, and they'll leave the shoe boxes out near where they're sleeping or under a bed or wherever it is that they manage to do it. And the next morning, my mother will leave out presents for all of her grandkids.
Cool. Neat. Thanks for being here with us, Roberto, and teaching us a little bit about Christmas in a different part of the world.
You're welcome. Happy to.